Derby dudes, take 14 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeehaw! And happy Friday, everyone. Thanks for joining us on our
Happy
first
Friday.
pod. Happy Friday, kid. I'm Mega Manny,
I'm Key.
or as I like to call him, Key Locks, as he got them locks for you.
Yes,
and
sir.
together, we are the
Derby
Dudes. How you doing, bro?
How
Chilling?
you doing? What's going on?
All
man?
good, baby. So, just want to start. We work Monday through Friday. Today's Friday, thank God. And we just filled up on some Chinese food, so we're feeling nice and full. And I wanted to share an interesting fortune from my fortune cookie. And before so, I want to give a shout out to all our Asian viewers and fans. We love you. You guys are the mecca of thoroughbred racehorsing. And me, Key, the Derby Dudes, we're going to pull up in Macau, Happy Valley. We're going to get lit. It's going to be a movie. We're going to make money. So, we'll keep you posted on our schedule. And when we're out there, it's going to be fire. So I'm going to read this fortune. I think it's a very auspicious sign since it's our first pod. And plus, it's the year of the horse, too. Very fitting. Last year we shed. This year we run. All right? Love it. So if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I think that's
sir.
very fitting. So how you feeling, man? How's your
Feeling
week,
good.
all right?
Feeling good, yeah, man. It's been a long week, but we ending it right, And tomorrow is gonna be a great day because we got those live picks for you.
Yeah.
You
And we got to tell people, New York, if you don't know, we're from Long Island, Long Beach, and we'll get into that in a second. But this week we got pounced with snow. It's been a hectic week. Thankfully, I was able to work from home a lot. I know Key was out there doing his thing, and it was extra. New York's already tough and stressful when you add all this snow to the mix. You know what I'm saying? But you survived, right?
Yeah, man. People, listen. I'm on the road a lot, man. When the snow happened, that New York energy is in full effect. Every lane belongs to whoever. The lanes that's closed off because of snow on the side, but that's for another day. We got through the week.
Yeah, we got through it, and I blew out my back. I don't know if it was from all the shoveling or whatever, or maybe just sleeping wrong. I am getting old, so I'm a little banged up. And not to put his business out there, Key called me on the way home from work today, and he said he busted his ass.
Yeah, I had to let him know. I almost thought I was out of commission. I haven't fell in a while, and yeah, I caught a nice piece of ice. In the day, the right way. Looking up at the blue sky for a second, catching a nice laugh about it.
Yeah, I thought the first pod wasn't even going to happen, but gracefully, thankfully, it all happened. And just one more thing we want to share also. Last week, shout out to the wifey. She turned the big 50. She's probably going to kill me for mentioning
Happy belated.
Thank you. And so Key and I, and we'll get into it, we've been friends for coming on close to a year. And anyway, so my wife had a big party for her 50th. I told Key already, I was like, yo, man, because we hang out every Saturday to play the horses. I said, yo, man, don't take it personal. This is my wife's party. It's not my party. She's going to invite her family and friends. And he was like, yo, I get it, man. All good. I appreciate it. And then on Sunday, I called him. And, that by then all the social media posts were circulated, and he saw the party was lit as hell.
Letty.
And then he saw the wifey.
Lady Titty, yes.
Yo, he said, yo, I was a little jealous. Your wife was Liddy Titty. That shit had me rolling.
Yeah, it looked like a banger.
It was. So
she looked like she enjoyed herself. So Manny, threw a nice banger for the wife. That's good.
And it was a movie when someone, I think my friend's wife, Yota, shout out to Yota and Egg, she said, yo, a party was crazy when Manny was the most responsible one. So, yeah, I thought that said it all. So, shout out to me for being responsible. Me and Key, we rep Long Beach, New York. If you don't know, that's from Long Island.
Long Beach stand up.
Yes, Long Beach, New York, not California. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Desmond owns a trademark to that. So, shout out to Des Dingle. So we met in Long Beach. We met very serendipitously, I would say, at the local watering hole. And before, I got to reiterate, sorry, bro. Long Beach, New York, dope-ass city, Long Island. If you don't know, definitely do some research. It's just an very incredible place. Some really, really interesting people have come there. I don't have the full list, but I'm a big hip-hop head. So shout out to MF Doom. He's probably the most famous person to come out of Long Beach. And if you don't know, I'll be honest with you. And I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, being such a hip hop head. I didn't get into his music. I think the word is posthumously or something like that. Fancy way of saying after he died. And he is incredible. I'm so happy to see. I wish it happened when he was alive, but hopefully his family's eating off it. He's just everything from his merch, his records. It's just selling out. So if you don't know, check him out. Really incredible artist. And who else we got? We got Little Pete. Was he in school with you at the same time?
Yeah, we went to school together. Yep, we grew up together.
Yeah, you know him personally, or?
He was a good friend of mine.
Oh
rest
shit!
in peace.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's what's up. So little, just Larry Brown, Coachy Icon, Rick Rubin. I can go on and on. Bottom line is, it's a dope city. So we met in the local watering hole. I got like 20 years on him. We're not going to tell our specific ages, but what's the term the young kids use? Am I unk? Nah?
You unk if you want to be, man.
All
But
right.
you're more like big bro, but you can be unk. You
I
can be unk,
appreciate it. I'll take big bro. Yeah, so, people also, my wife and some other friends, they think I'm immature, and they call me Benjamin Buttons because it seems like I'm maturing backwards, but whatever. I'm staying young. Shout out to Keith for keeping me young. I appreciate you, bro. It keeps me lively. So, yeah, we met at the local watering hole, and, we hung out a bunch of times, and then through all those conversations, we shared a mutual love of horse racing. So, thoroughbred horse racing, to be exact. And so all these years living in the same town, even though I'm 20 years older, horses brought us together.
Yep. And I'm new to the horse world, but I fell in love. I'm 3 years in now. I fell in love first time I stepped on the track. It was for work. Up in Saratoga, shout out Saratoga. Love the track up there.
Best place on planet Earth in August. If you don't know, you better learn.
Whole lot of fun.
That shit is crazy.
We do our thing up there. Shout out to everybody in the box seats with me. And shout out to the guy who brought me up there, Vinny.
Big shout out to the boss.
Yeah, Vinny is the guy.
Vinny, love you, bro.
But yeah,
But you just got it. But you started working 3 years ago. But you really just got into handicapping this last year, right?
Yeah. So got into the horse game. Loved the sport. The electricity, the vibe that it brings is unmatched. The worlds that it brings together, you wouldn't even believe. So that was something I got to experience. And I always say this. I got spoiled coming into the horse world going up to Saratoga. So, and it took over. I'm a sports guy in general, but horse racing is second to none.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sport. And I also worked in the track for many years, in the food service part of things, and never really got into the horses. It's a long story how I got into it, but anyway, thankfully I did. So this last year, you're talking about timing, him and I got into the sport, started to really, play it, collaborate. Every Saturday we'd hang out, watch the horses, and, unfortunately we have full-time jobs, so we can't dedicate our life to this. I think that you'll see, we're going to try to be informative, educate all our fans, and I think how I would describe it is, I think we're interesting enough to get new people into the sport, and we'll go into our mission afterwards, because that is ultimately our mission, is to bring a new, fresh blood, so to speak, into the game. Track attendance, unfortunately, has been down, and, we want to help revitalize this beautiful game, this beautiful sport, and also bring in a new blood, a diversified crowd, turn it into, the party atmosphere that it is, because it is a special day, right?
Oh, yeah. Day at the track.
Can't
You
beat
know how
it.
to do it right. Yes. And, you got to do it right, starting with my locks. Just putting that out there.
He's
real
always
quick.
going right into
Just
business.
I
don't like to go right into the business part, but anyway, so that's our mission. So I was saying, I think we are interesting enough to bring new players into the game, people that are interested in horse racing, don't know much. We'll try our best to educate you from what we know. We're not experts either. What'd you say to me on the phone? Yo, we're not the clockers or some shit. What'd you say?
Nah, I'm just saying, listen, clocking reports, I like them. I trust them. I just never used them yet. I'm not on that level. I'm
what
not
is
on the
that?
Clocker Report
What
level.
is it? What is the Clocker Report? I'm not familiar.
Clocker Report's just like morning workouts and things like that. You know, they have them in the morning and they're checking.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you can get a little inside scoop maybe, or you know, but I don't know that world enough. You know, I'm not up that early.
Right.
So, but definitely,
Yeah, so-
definitely do my homework.
So I think so. Thank you for that. And so what I think we're interesting enough to bring some new people to the sport, and the fact that we're not experts, I think is pretty dope because our fans can go on this journey with us. You know, and we'll even take input from all our fans. We can collaborate together. You know, once we start, you know, streaming and things of that nature. You know, we want to, you know, develop this community together. This is all about us and sharing the love of these beautiful animals. And forgot what I was gonna say, Key. You wanna fill in real quick?
I mean,
Now I remember. My bad. And sorry.
Just start the segment from there. Sorry.
Okay. So interesting enough to bring new people in. We're gonna try our best to educate. Like I said before, we'll grow as a community. But I think we also are analytical and quantitative enough to maybe also resonate with some serious players. Because you know, we're not experts, but we know our shit.
Yeah, listen, I know serious players. You know, I'll play with them. You know,
really?
obviously, you know, I'm not on their level, and they figure it out. They place bigger bets, and again, we'll get into, you know, what kind of bets you will play, but you know, we like to have fun with it as well. You know, and the serious players, you know, they spend big money, they make big money. Some of them don't have to spend that much on a good day. You know, when you got the horse, you got the horse. But the only one that really knows who's gonna win is the horse. So let me just let you know that part.
That's funny. And pause a second. I just lost my thought.
I was gonna keep it.
You like that one liner?
Yeah, that was really good. Damn it! I just boy.
At some point, these cameras over there, this one's gonna go forever, but these are gonna beep. I should have them charging, but we might lose some cameras. I'm gonna have to charge them or something.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's okay as long as
You ready?
you good.
Yeah.
So you remember where you were at?
No, hold on.
No, we in a break. Just start.
Oh yeah. No, go ahead. Run it back. So yeah, you bring up an interesting point. I think that we should probably discuss in another episode, or in this episode, we'll see how it goes. Is bankroll management? You know, I think that's part of it. So, and that's the beautiful thing about horse racing, right?
The best odds.
And not even that, you can go into a track with $20. If you just know how to manage that, then, you know, you can make that work for you. And you can still make a return on your investment
sure.
and have a good time. And at the end of the day, that's the most important thing, man. I always tell kids, we go out, we're going to eat good. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to eat good. Yeah. You know, I'm going to drink good. I know Key's going to drink good. And we're going to have a good time. And that's, at the end of the day, what it's all about. If you make some dollars, that's just icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? But it's about the love of the sport for us. It's about spending time together. It brings us together. And if you don't know, horse racing is, you know, it's great because, you know, to me, it's the best value for your money. You know, you start first race around 12, last race around 6. You have 20 to 30 minutes in between to do your homework if you didn't have time to do your homework previously. And to me, it's just very relaxing.
Yeah.
Even though Key
go
ahead.
I'm more calm before the storm. I like to do my homework, you know, before the races start, and then I'm screaming a little bit or a lot of it.
Yeah, and
we like to let them know, get them up.
And Key, one thing I learned, and this is why I wish he did his homework the nights before, because when he's doing homework, don't talk to him, bro. He ain't even gonna acknowledge that you're talking.
No.
He's the silent assassin.
Keep your menu until I'm done. Just
He don't even want I get the menu right away. I'm like, yo, let me get that brunch menu real quick. And then 2 hours later, I'm gonna get that dinner menu. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting all my meals in. That's funny, man. Oh, one more thing before. So going back to the mission statement, we just want to bring a new blood into this, new people, diverse crowd, younger crowd potentially. You know, because like he said, it's an experience. It's a great day with friends. And we want to make it popular again, you know what I mean? So hopefully we can revitalize the tracks, keep them going. They're a great source of employment. They employ a ton of our local people. So it's a huge industry. So, you know, hopefully, guys like us, you know, we can get more guys like us involved. And I think that'd be good, right?
So definitely.
And that's the mission.
Come
So
on down.
Come
Get
on.
in. If you don't know what you're doing, you might learn a little something from us to figure it out. So
And we're-
also tune in.
and we're also willing to learn from you. So that's all good. And today we're gonna go through some 5 races in the Gulfstream card tomorrow. Gulfstream's in Fort Lauderdale. I'll be there. I don't know if you didn't book your flight yet. Shout out to T-Watts, by the way. I'm staying in your condo. I'll be at the Florida Derby. Hopefully Vinny will come through with that suite. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll be sitting with Portnoy. That's the rumor. I don't know. Yo, Dave Portnoy, what up? Yo, Portnoy, check out the podcast. What up? So,
Yeah, no.
go ahead.
Yeah, no, we at Gulfstream Park.
Yo, but before we
it's
go,
the Holy Ball Day.
Holy Ball Day. But before we go into the races, bro, I'm sorry, 'cause here I go with my music shit again. But I love the music, and I posted on my social media this week.
Business part, baby. All right, we are in Gulfstream, like we spoke about. It's Holy Bull Day. 12 races. First race, I think it kick off. What time it kick off? It kick off.
12:15.
No, that's too. Oh,
12:15.
12:15.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're in Florida.
Yeah, in Florida. I mean, I think they had a little cold front out there too, but.
Yeah, what, like 60? I don't want to hear it. Fuck out of here.
All right. So first race, we get Gulfstream Park. We got a mile 16 turf. We on the turf. Love it. Love the turf. Made an optional claimer.
You want to tell them what?
If you don't know exactly what it is, this is again for the beginners. It's okay. You don't gotta know just yet, but there's levels to everything, and a maiden optional claimer, 50K purse. That's all right.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Maiden. Sorry to interrupt. Maiden means they never won.
Correct.
So these races, and correct me if I'm wrong, or there's no wrong or right, because we're learning as we go together. But maiden races are interesting because nobody's won.
And everybody looking for their first dubs.
Exactly. And you have a lot of first-time starters, which makes it even more complicated because no one's ever seen them run. And you got to rely on things like their parents and genetics. First-time starters and workouts.
There's how many first-time starters? There's one in here, first-time starter.
Okay.
But, when it is a baby race, and when we have a baby race in here that we'll speak on, breeding is something
factor.
nice to look at. Something nice to look at.
And you'll see, we have quite different styles, and we don't always see on the same page, which is fine. He still rocks it, and you know how it works, right? When I don't rock with him, he wins, and when he doesn't rock with me, I win big. You know what I mean? So I wish we gotta start.
You win big. What? I just win, but you win big.
No. You actually he cooked them last time. So yeah, he cooked. So the bottom line is
we do cook.
We do cook, but it's an odd. It's never like on the same. And I think as we continue to grow, what would be dope is, and I don't know if it'll ever happen, but if we could be like on the same page, like with everything. And sometimes it don't happen, but
I like what I like. He like what he like. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna quote Vinny one time for the one time. Pick the fastest horse. It's that easy, right?
See, so I'm glad he said that, and then we'll get into it. My main premise, or what I look at, is pace. And you probably heard this, in many walks of life, but especially racehorsing, pace wins the race. And just to give you a little information on pace, horses, being living beings, are born, like the rest of us, with an innate style. And they're really broken down into 4 styles. We have what they call in the books the E horse, and these are horses that like to lead from the beginning. That's their innate style. Then we got EPs, early pressers. They like to have someone like right in front of them, but they're right behind, but they're not dying for the lead right away. Then we got late pressers. Those are the stalkers, like a lot of you chicks out there. No, I'm just kidding. A lot of stalkers that are in the middle pack. And then we got the closers. Those are the horses that like to be in the complete end and just wait and save their energy throughout the race. What do you like to look at, Key, when you're handicapping? You're a jockey guy, right?
Listen, I do have my favorite jockeys. You know, I won't disclose them right now, but they know who they are.
You'll know real
You know,
quick.
those are my boys. You know, I'll see them. I'll see y'all in July. But maybe before, if I, I'll probably end up at the Florida Derby with the guys, having a great time. But I'm a past performance guy, so a lot of my picks. I mean, obviously, you want the horse that looks like either he's been in a situation, where he can win, or a horse that shows like I could do it, and now I'm dropping in class. You
want to explain class? Because that's a really important one, man, and one that you rely on a lot too.
So
I think
for
it's
me,
worth it. Like class meaning like there's and you could probably explain it better than me, but for our viewers, especially the novice viewers, class is like levels, like JV, varsity, because obviously they want to keep it kind of competitive. And it's just amazing, by the way, on a side note, how all this was created, if you fucking really think about it, bro. This whole industry, exactas, triples, we'll get it all into that. All this data, this amazing, complex industry with so many moving parts. Sometimes I sit back and it boggles my mind how this shit came about, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, class to me is, the type of races that they've been in, the money, the purses that they've raced for and in, because, people spend a lot of money on these horses, so they want their return on investment, even though I believe, even though there's big players that spend a lot of money, in reality, at the end of the day, everybody wants to win, right? And it feels good. I don't care if it's a claiming race, if it's a graded race, if it's any of these, how classy, when a horse is put in, they want that opportunity, they want that moment. And, and it feels good to get a win. I don't own any horses yet, but
the dudes will have one soon.
But,
But I think it's important to say, Key, to add is like, so when you're looking at classes, obviously there's, different levels, becoming novice, and as the horse continues to progress, or based on its genes, you have higher classes with, I don't know all the numbers, stakes obviously being the highest. So one key things to look at, and we'll go through the race card, is you're going to hear us say drops in class or moves up in class. So a drop in class could mean a good thing, like, he's just so much better than his competition, like the junior, this is fucked up, and it's not personal, like the junior on JV, the grown-ass motherfucker that should be on varsity. So, he's got an advantage. He's a junior and he's playing with freshmen. But anyway, so that's just an analogy. And then look out for horses that were on JV moving to varsity. Maybe they're not ready for varsity. So, and we'll get into all those specifics, but that's just something to look into.
Yeah, for now, we're here, we're introducing ourselves. I think, all of the big details of that, you don't need them right now. For you experienced players, you probably already know, and you have your styles and what you like. We're here.
Good point.
We're here to give you our picks, how we like them, and
And basic education, basic. We'll keep it
basic.
But class is important.
Basic, and there will be a lot of lingos. Just drop a comment, ask about it.
Right.
We got you.
Yeah.
Just ask about it. We're very fan friendly, so we're gonna answer. We'll also drop our social media links, under the video, so you'll be able to follow us and stay in tune to when we drop in, and getting you ready for a nice Saturday. Saturday day in Gulfstream. Get you some locks going. And make a little money or a lot of money, but we're not here to lose. We don't like to do that.
You said mile 1/16th on the turf. Mm-hmm. How many horses we got as of right now? There's no, we don't have the scratch update, so we have 11 horses. And you said one of them is a first-time starter. Okay, which horse is the first-time starter, Keith?
The one, Golden Hope.
How are his genes?
You know what? That one, I'm not gonna lie. He has good breeding, which is also, as he called, genes. He has good breeding for the turf, and
the distance too. He's got good genes.
The horse got bought for
oh shit! He's owned by Rapoli Stables, though.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Rapoli, by the way, shout out Rapoli, Queens native. You know what I'm saying? self-made billionaire with the B. He's a billionaire boy. You probably know him from a couple of startups. One, Vitamin Water definitely comes to mind. I know he's been involved with some others. And I don't know if you know, like I said before, we don't know all the details of the sport. We're growing into it, but I think he owns the biggest stable now, or close to it.
I'm sure. I mean, I've been at the sales up in Saratoga at the Fast in Tipton.
Nice.
And, Rapoli,
Beast.
he spends
that money.
No hezzy.
Oh, and since we're shouting out Rapoli real quick, shout out to St. John's. He's a St. John's grad, too. They're rolling, they're cooking. Our boy Ricky P, who we saw in Saratoga at the bar. We didn't want to blow up his spot, though. He was with his dudes doing his thing. So we let him live. But, yeah, shout out to Rick P. Shout out to St. John's. That's my team, and they're rolling. So, yeah. So,
that's
go ahead.
That's a 300K horse.
Is it?
I like Golden Hope. He got good works as well, good breeding, good works. So he could show up here. I mean, there's other horses that's on the page that have ran, middle of the pack kind of horses for me when it comes to the class. So can he show well on his first time out? Jockey trainer combo. That's a good jockey trainer combo. So that's a boost as well. You got Junior Alvarado, Jose D'Angelo. I mean,
I'm gonna just cut to the
good.
chase on this, Key. I think, this race to me is gonna be a rematch between Striking Finale, the number 8, and Blazing Brigette. Blazing Brigette, I think, came in second. Striking Finale came in third. As we said, this is a maiden race. None of these horses have ever won a race. And I think this time, bro, he's going to get the rematch, Striking Finale. They're both late pace horses, so that's working both in their favor. I'm taking 8 for a couple of reasons, bro. Sharp workout on the 25th. 4 furlongs at 47.4. Very impressive. And the main reason is he was in the rail position last time, didn't find a path, at all, and now he's on the outside, sitting pretty in number 8. So, I'm going Striking Finale. Who you going with?
I mean, my lock on this race, even though I do love that one horse, and I was talking a lot about it, my lock will be Blazing Brigette. Manny believes that the 8 can catch him, and Blazing Brigette is the 3, by the way. I personally, he had a bump start and still closed very well and beat out Manny's horse last race out. And he also put up a sharp workout in January. So for me, I'm on the 3,
All right.
I'm on the 3. That's my lock.
All right, and so I'm on the 8. So that's where we stand. We both agree it's probably going to be those 2 at the end. If you want the best of both worlds, you do an exacta box, which is considered an exotic bet. And simply for those beginners, an exacta is first place, second place. So say you like the 3 to come in first and the 8 to come in second, you would do a $1 or $2 exacta box, whatever your bankroll management is. And then for double the price, you can box it, which is basically either order. So a $2 exacta box would now cost you $4. I highly recommend boxing, unless you're absolutely sure the horse is going to win, because the heartbreak of not boxing and winning sucks.
Yeah, all right. Listen, just put your money on the 3. Win.
Okay. Listen, it could happen. I wouldn't be surprised. I still like the 8. Anyway, let's move to second. The second race, we got Miles 16th on the all-weather synthetic track, claiming 12,500. What do you got here, bro?
This race, it was a lot of these horses are of the same class, whether they're dropping or going, they've been racing the same kind of class for me. So, but I like Irad on the 4 here. I believe that he'll get in the front, get put on the rail, go wire to wire for me. I mean, he'll keep him up there. What about you?
Wow, dude, we need to come up with a sound or something, because this is a rare Derby dude moment. We're both on the same page, Bob. Number 4. Damn, that might be a lock alert.
See, yeah, that's a lock. That been a lock. You know, and you if you could find a horse to partner with, just because we both like the same horse.
I only like the 4. I'm not going anywhere else. I'm doing a win. 4 heavy. Love it. Early pace. There's no true early speed. I think he'll be able to hang around. His last race on all weather was his fastest time, and I think it was here on the 23rd of November. So come on, bro. Last time he raced the same type of track, synthetic, same distance, records his record time. High, like you said, high percent jockey. He drops in class. 23% trainer down when the trainer drops in 2 classes. Bro, no brainer. That's a dude. We got to come up with a saying: a dude lock or derby dude. That's a derby dude. That's number 4. Message of hope. All right. Let's go on to the 3rd, my dude. What do we got here? 7 furlongs, optional claiming, $20,000, $54,000 purse. What do you got, Keith?
In this race, I went with Junior Alvarado on the 4 here. You know, I think he stalks the pace. It's a good amount of speed here. I think he stalks in the right spot, and if he could put a nice close together, you know, the horse showed last time he was on the horse, he showed that he can close on him and in better company. So I think he closes well on this field. How about you?
Wow, I'm shocked because I have great notes, but I didn't write down the freaking number of the horse, so we might have to figure this out together. Yeah. My notes say pace is hot. It's gonna go to the only closer. Great jockey, which is important for closers. Has the best speed. And the closer, there's only one closer. That's number 4, Raw Ready. Who'd you say you liked?
That's what I sound like.
Again?
Yeah,
Derby
back to back, baby, back to back.
Yo, back
Listen,
to
we
back.
starting to get on the
Back to
same
back.
page.
Yo,
you know,
that's scary, bro.
we
Watch
starting
out,
to get on the
world.
same page. You know, obviously, yeah, that was a pace pick for me. When I have a pace pick,
And I have a pace pick.
it's probably gonna be in the same realm. You know,
Yeah, it's a wrap.
He's taught me some stuff about the pace. So sometimes because there was a lot of horses in that race, I'm like, they kind of all are bottom tier horses. I don't know who's gonna shine. So, let's.
Even though,
hold up. I just peeped something.
Key audible, that's what I call it.
Yeah,
Which he likes to do like 30 seconds before the race. And the worst is when his account isn't working or something and I got to run his bets.
Yo.
I'll put his bets in and then he'll be like, yo, 40 seconds before the race, cancel it, run it back. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you got to cash me out
like,
too,
bro.
because it's a hit. It's a
40
banger.
I'm like, 40 seconds, dude. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Anyway, go ahead.
But anyway, no, I just peeped on the 5. IRAD's on him,
There you go with your jockeys, man. Your crush.
And he has blinkers on. Only horse on here with blinkers on.
What number is that? New blinkers change?
Oh, actually the 7 has blinkers on as well. So.
Yeah, but he's an early speed. Listen, blinkers are, I don't even know how to describe them for our new novice players. The thing they put on their head, on the horse's head to prevent their eyes from looking left or right. I'm sorry?
No, there you go.
Oh, yeah. So where I see that's really beneficial is maybe like a closer with blinkers becomes a leader, and that just throws the pace off. So who has the blinkers on it? You said again?
The 5 and the 7.
5 is a pace horse, and the 7's early speed horse. If anything, the blinkers might help the 5, but he already has a lot of top speed. Anyway, I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, and I'm audible. And
no key
you
audible.
call it a key audible? Never mind. We're going with the 5 lock. Lock that in.
No
the 5.
way. Because listen, the blinkers, he already has fast speed. Blinkers aren't going to give him that much extra speed. This race has a lot of front speed. It's going to be pace determined. It's going to be the only closer. Raw Ready. You switched it up?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, always follow your gut. He never learns that lesson.
Yeah, I just went with the 5. That's my gut telling me to switch it up.
Oh, your gut told you to switch.
Now,
Gut told your gut to switch.
With blinkers on, the 4 falls too far behind. Maybe I'll play with my exacta with the 5.
All right, let's go to 4. What do we got, Kate?
Oh, we got a baby race. So, baby race is first time starters for the most part. You know, there's a few in here that have ran before. We'll see who gets scratched and not out of here. But
We got what?
I'm gonna give you 2 picks on here. I'm gonna
Hold
give
on,
you.
we got 6.5 furlongs, so it's kind of a sprint.
Oh yeah, we got
Much
6.
short-
Yeah,
go
6.5 furlongs. Yeah, it's a sprint race on the dirt, and I'm gonna give you 2 picks because I got to give you a long shot on the baby race because anything can happen. I don't, I'm not gonna give you just one and call it a lock, but my first pick will be the 9 Pike, Johnny V on him. Johnny V.
He's a morning life favorite, man.
Yeah, I think that if I had to give you a lock, that would be it.
What do you like about him?
Oh, what I like about him is he's been on him once before. He lost by a head, and he closed well. I love Johnny V on closers. I feel like, he's a GOAT. He does it. When he gets them there, he gets them in place, and when he acts, they go.
Right.
And what I mean by acts is on that final turn down the track, and he gives them that extra kick and asks them, all right, put the speed on. And I feel like he can close out in this race where the front speed isn't too overwhelming. And
good speed
if they
in the front,
if they do put him in front, first time out, you got to have that horse. And the horse that I do like for that reason would be the 5 with Castellano on him. He has good workouts. He ran a 35, 35-2. It was 1 out of 7, so it was a small workout, but it's only 35-2 on the page. So I will also, that's my long shot for the day.
Yeah, so the dudes are definitely not duding on this one. We're not on the same page as of now. But basically, another interesting thing about maiden races, horses that never run, is that you can make some money in these races, right? No one's ever won.
Yeah.
Anyone can show up. Like he said, long shots are good. If you're going to bet a long shot, do it in a maiden race. No one's ever run before, so who the hell knows? I mean, never won. And especially those that never ran, who knows? They can wake up that morning feeling good.
Feeling good. Only the horse knows.
Right. So that's a good opportunity. And Key, if you could just explain to the people, optional claiming. I'm still learning about it. A claiming race is when someone can...
So basically, claiming races... You put your horse in and somebody can buy your horse. It goes into a hat pretty much and you get picked out, and then you win depending on how many people tries to claim your horse. Sometimes you could be the only one in there, you'll get it, but most of the time there's multiple that's in. They want to claim your horse. They want to put them under their trainer or keep them under the same trainer, but let them run for their stable.
So
it's optional though.
Okay, but it's optional, but some people in this race have decided to claim the horse. So that means, and you could explain this to me because I'm still learning, if they're claiming the horse, that means they're actually technically getting rid of it because someone can buy that horse.
Yeah, when you put a horse in, sometimes people, some horses have ran all for owners' purposes, I guess you would say.
Financial, yeah.
Like they've ran in all the races that make sense to make that made them the money that they did, or make sense for them to run in, and they probably won't go up in class or down because it wouldn't make sense. So they'll put them in races like this where they'll get rid of them. Some of them just don't want the horse anymore, and they're like, you know what, put them in the race.
And when we say get rid of them, we're saying, because they love these animals and not, what I want to add to that is because we have a friend, he's like, get rid of him. We have a friend, we have a dear friend that's, he's strictly business. I told you, bro, he's a soldier. But anyway, so we have a friend that owns horses, and he was telling us one day, we were in the circle, not the winning circle, unfortunately. The claiming process is emotional because, you have a bond with these animals, and they're very spiritual animals. And the bond is definitely tight. So, like that, our friend shared, he's like, you see your horse just, going with someone else, and it's never easy. But Key, you had a good point. Optional claiming. This is an optional claiming.
No, just back to
The optional claiming.
Claiming, you put your horse in. It could get claimed. It can't. You can end up back with your horse. Optional claimer is you put your horse in and you kind of decide. I want him in the race, the claiming race, for the purse, but I don't want anybody taking him, so I put him in an optional claimer. If he does well, he does well, but he can't be bought by another stable.
That's a great point. Thanks for clarifying that. So now we got a 6.5 furlongs, another little sprint. Maiden, they never won. Optional claim, $50,000 purse. What do you like here?
Which one you on?
4.
We just talked about it, right?
No, we didn't get it to our bets. We were just talking about the claiming.
I gave mine.
Well, who'd you
give
give?
yours.
You gave your first time starter?
Yeah, I gave the
number?
5.
Oh yeah, my
for
bad, my
long
bad.
shot.
Oh, we're not on the same page. That's
gave-
right. This one we're way off.
I gave the 9 for my.
Yeah. All right, my bad. All right, you're right. So with this one, I'm gonna go with the horse that I think wants to win today. That might sound stupid, but some horses maybe just want to improve. In this race, I think there's one horse clearly that wants to win the race and is set up to win the race, and his owners have him up for claiming $50,000 up for claim. So I think they got him all sauced up, ready to go. He's got a high percent trainer, high percent jockey, drops in class, so he's playing, on a lower level competition wise. She's got Lasix for the first time. Lasix, it's some type of medication.
George?
It's I don't know, the medical term, but it is a medication I think that helps prevent bleeding in the lungs or something of that nature. Anyway, it's got Lasix for the first time, and the trainer's 31% with Lasix on for the first time. His first race, which he didn't do shit in, he was the betting favorite. So that's interesting. And I think with the Lasix, the hot jockey, with the price tag on him, I think he comes from a sire that has a stud fee of $250,000. This is should be a top-notch horse. I think he's primed, ready, and he's gonna win this race, dude. That's a Derby dude, Mega Manny Lock, in my opinion.
Who'd you pick?
I picked 8. My bad, Wall Street.
Oh, Wall Street.
Yeah, with your boy Irad. Shout out to Irad.
And Brad. Brad is good too.
Yo, Irad, I posted something on my social media. Man, he's a G. He went out to eat. He had like a $60 bill. Tipped $900, and he wrote some dope ass line on there that was like, this money was given to me by God, and God gave it to me to give it to other people. So shout out to Irad, true gentleman.
That is a God-given talent. My boy puts him through.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, winners count on him.
So our last race for us today, we did the first 5 races. So this is race 5. And there is a bet, by the way.
I do like your pick, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like it. I'm not mad at it.
All right, so just add it to your triple.
No.
There you go.
No.
So race 5, we got 1 mile, 1/16th route again on the turf. We got a stakes race, $175,000 purse. The Kitten's Joy.
Oh, we get to talk about a stakes race.
Yeah, very cool, man.
That
We didn't even
works.
plan that. Stake races, just to let you know. Again, going back to the class, it's usually the higher level echelon of horses. These are the type of horses that go on to, not saying this race specifically, but stakes races in general. And there's 3 levels. You probably know better than me, Key. G1, G2, G3. I think
Just graded. The purses are heavier and heavier and heavier.
And these are the type of horses that you start to see competing for, like, the bigger events that non-traditional horse race people watch, like the derbies and the stakes, the Preaknesses, and things of that nature. So here we got, we got 8 horse field. You want to go into what you got? What do you like?
You want to start this one?
No,
Let
you
me
go
go
ahead.
against your pick. This is a stakes race.
All
Let
right,
the people
stakes
wait.
race.
The
Okay.
best for last on this one, brother.
All right. So let's see. Stakes race. I have some notes. Let's see if I can read my crazy handwriting. Turf stakes. The horse with the best sustained run, not the best burst, usually wins. Those are my handicapping notes. Derby dude. Let me repeat that again. Turf stakes. The horse with the best sustained run, not necessarily the best burst, usually wins. So with that being said, obviously the heavy favorite is the 2. He's like a late pace horse. Listen, there's a really good chance he's going to win. But I'm going to go with a little sneak peek here. This is definitely going to be great value, higher odds, and definitely can sneak it in. He's an early presser. He'll be right behind the early speed horses. I think he's going to make a turn. Let me see my notes here. He's been constantly improving. The one, he's been getting better and better every race. That's always a Derby dude rule of thumb for me, at least. When you see the form getting better and better by the day. What else do I like here? Let me see. I wrote some notes. Bear with me 1 second. The one, 25% trainer. He was a betting favorite in the past. Has run in some monsters, $300,000 stake race, $200,000 stake rate. Very hot jockey the last 7 days. Let's see how the polls position biases. Very strong. Actually, not pole position. Yeah, not really bias affected, but yeah, I'm gonna go just for a gambling perspective for better value. I know Key and I usually one of the things we always agree on is we don't like, we like betting against the favorite, especially when there's a favorite at such short odds. Usually,
I like to go get them.
yeah, we usually like to go get them. But, sometimes the favorite is just so strong you have to put them on top. And in those cases, there won't be any money to win, but you just have to do an exotic, like we said, the exacta, and then maybe a triple with him on top, so it makes the price less. So again, that's an exotic bet, a trifecta, which is first, second, third. Put the favorite that you think is definitely going to win on top. And
Who
then
you like, man?
All right, my bad. Yeah, I'm going with the one. I think for value, everything else that I said.
How you say
I
the
can't
name?
even pronounce it.
Kozalite?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you like?
Well, because we going to get favorites, I love to do it in the stakes race. Stakes race, listen, a lot of these horses, sometimes it's their first opportunity. Sometimes, even in stakes races, you got horses that are dropping in class, And for me, this was a class pick, and which I love to do in stakes races. I'm going to bet it by itself, and I might put it with, I don't know. But my lock for the Kitten's Joy 175 purse at a mile and 16 will be the 6. Coming out of grade 1, had a bump start. I think Tyler puts this ride together. Motion Graham, great trainer. I think that's the lock of race 5 right there. Even though there are some good horses in this race, and it can go elsewhere, but that's my lock right there. Just off of class, at the distance, he ran it well. I don't see a horse that.
Dude, I'm sorry.
I don't see a horse beating him.
Yo, I just saw something else. The one, especially at the odds, it might drop in the morning, but right now, 10-1 it's showing. And bro, guy, August 30th, last time it ran on turf surface, little shorter mile, he banged him, came in first. He likes the turf, he likes the surface, he likes it here, he likes the route. The one, great value. I'm even gonna go as far as saying it's a lock.
Yeah. I picked the locks. It's the 6.
Okay. So Derby dudes, 1 for Fresh, Mega Manny, and 6 for Key Locks. Yeah. All right. So that concludes.
So we gave y'all 5 early picks. Again, if you playing with us, and you like to hear for the rest of the day, and continue to join. We'll drop our social media so you can follow, and we'll give you an opportunity to continue to play with us. But we didn't want to make it too long and talk too much, so we did the first 5. That's our first 5 races. You remember your picks? Let's give them the picks one more time before we close this out.
Yeah, go ahead.
So race 1.
Let's see if I can remember.
My pick was the 3, Blazing Bridget.
Okay, and I went with the horse that was behind.
Manny's pick was the 8,
Yep,
Striking Finale.
Yep.
Okay.
Rematch.
Go
ahead.
Race 2, my pick was the 4. Me and Manny's pick.
Oh,
we had
dude.
We had a dual moment, and
we had a dude moment.
We had a dual moment, and we went with the 4 here. Irad. This horse is just getting better, and he goes to the front. And I believe he why.
As the young kids say less. It's a dude moment.
Yeah, dude moment. All right, race 3. We were both on the 4, but I had to give it up. I really like the blinkers on for the 5, and I'm going with the 5
He's
here.
going against his gut, fans. Remember that, right?
Going with the 5
He never
here.
learns. So he originally was rocking with me, the other dude, and he went against his gut. He called it a key audible. So remember that, because we have a recap coming in a few days. We're going to go over what happened, all right?
No recap.
All right. I got to make a note.
Race 4. Again, this was the baby race. Really tough to know. I like the 35 on the page here. So, my long shot was the 5 horse, who has decent breeding, has a really good work there, and it has been sharp in his workout. So I feel like Castellano, he gives him a good trip, and he makes it happen.
Well, you said which horse?
The 5.
Yeah, well, he never ran before, though, right?
Yeah, and for the horse that has ran for me before, it was the 9.
Mm-hmm.
I gave y'all 2 here,
And I think that's a great point, Key. I think that's a maiden. Horses that never ran before, that never won. I think maidens are really good. I'm not an exotic guy, triple guy. I usually stick to the wins. I think that's your best percentage. But maiden races are good for exotics because, like we said before, anything could happen.
Yep. So that's what I like. I mean, and Manny speaks on a horse that looks like he wants to win.
Lock.
I mean, you look at this 9 horse. Again, he's last 2 trips he's lost by a head. There's no way this horse doesn't want to finish first.
Dude, like I said before, optional claiming when a horse of this value is is on the list for claiming, it's because they want their cash. They're going to cash out. Trust me on this. Wall Street will get its money tomorrow. I read on the saddles, high percent trainer, high percent jockey, drops in class, 31% trainer, first time Lasix. Come on. It was heavily favored in this last race. Key, you're tripping on this one. 8 all the way. And the 5th race, again, I went with the 1. Ran in stakes races before. 25% trainer, hot jockey in the last 7 days. I forgot what else I picked it for, but it was a whole bunch of reasons. Anyway,
you love what it did back on the turf.
Yes, it would.
This is second time turf. He's entering big company here. The horse is nice, man. I can't lie to you, but I'm all over. If I gotta go get the favorite, which in a stakes race, listen, the 2 horses probably gonna go off 3-2, whatever it is. If you get good numbers on him, take him because he looks it. He looks it. But for me, it was a classy decision here, and I had to go and take the guy coming out of grade 1, coming out of grade 2. And that's Tyler, and he ran well on him in the grade 2 at this distance. He didn't get the close out and finish the job. But listen, he was in the inside last time. And
what number is that again? My bad.
This is the 6th horse. The 6th horse Turf Star. And he was in the 1 spot last time. Probably got closed in and had to make a move a little, whenever it was free. This time he's in the 6. I think he sits right where he needs to, saves horse, and he closes out on them very nice here.
And listen, like we said before, the 2 is the heavy favorite for a reason. Key and I, usually like to bet against the favorite unless it's an obvious one. Do you think the 2 was an obvious one on the stakes race?
I mean, personally for me, I get why the morning line is 9-5. You got to go on it. He's ran well. He's come out, but he's coming out 150K with 131 on the mile. He has never ran at the distance, though.
Great point.
He hasn't ran at the distance, and there's more class here on the 6. So
he ain't classy enough.
I have to go get the favorite. And listen,
I feel you. I'm going with the 1.
The 6 might go off chalky too, but I think that's I'm not saying bomb here. I'm just saying we go get the favorite.
I think the 1 is a very, very great value bet. Very, very good value. All right, dude. I'm good. Thank you. You good? Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm great. I mean, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And again, click the social medias, follow the page. We'll have everything you need. These are just the first 5 races. Just our picks for the first 5. You make a little money with us, and then you make a little more. Grab our social medias, hit us up. We got you.
And it's about the experience also. He's always business, and I respect that. That's why we're a good matchup. but I'm a big experience guy, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we vibe, we chill, we learn, and yeah, man, we grow together as a community. You know, we're still perfecting our craft, so this is a really interesting journey, and we're looking forward to have you guys join us on the ride, all right? All right, my G.
right.
I'll see you. We'll touch base, and as always, may the horse be with you.
Yeah, have a good one.